As we read our story today, we're going to pause and answer some questions to help us remember what we're reading. Our story this week is called Plaidypus Lost. It's by Janet Stevens and Susan Stevens. Follow along as I read our story. Platypus lost, platypus found. This story goes around and around. Take a look at this picture. Something is cutting the plaid material. What is it? Those are scissors. Look at the scissors. What sound do scissors make? And if you don't remember what sound scissors make, what can you do? You could ask someone what sound it makes. That's the sound I think scissors make sometimes. Stitchity stitch. Buttons for eyes. What will the buttons be used for? For the eyes. Besides scissors and buttons, what other things are being used? I see thread and I see pins and fabric. Surprise! Grandpa's old plaid shirt is now my new platypus. Thanks, Grandma. I'll never lose him. Why do you think his name is called Plaidypus instead of platypus? So platypus is made out of an old plaid shirt, and so they've named him Platypus instead of platypus because he's made out of that shirt. Off to the park, run to the slide, up, up, down, down. Who comes sliding down the slide? Platypus. Why does the girl go to the park, do you think? Maybe she wants to play on the swings or the slide. Jump on the swing, back and forth, in, out, ouch! What happens to the girl and Platypus? They fall off the swing. What does the girl say when she falls off the swing? She says, ouch! That's what I say when I get hurt too. Fix my knee at Grandma's house. Uh-oh, where's Platypus? Look left, look right, nowhere in sight. Back at the park, search high and low, over, under, where did he go? The girl says, uh-oh. Why does she say uh-oh? She doesn't have Platypus. So where does she go to look for him? She looks left and right, up, down, nowhere in sight. I think I see something stuck in the sand, a big plaid head and a little webbed hand. I'm sorry, Platypus, I'll never, ever lose you again. When the girl sees Platypus in the sand, she says, I'm sorry, Platypus, I'll never, ever lose you again. Where did she find him? She found him in the sand. Why is he in the sand? Because he fell off the swing. Off to the market. Push the big cart. Fast and slow. Stop. Go. Candy in. Candy out. Where did the girl and Platypus go next? Here, they're in the market. What do they try to buy at the market? They try to buy some candy. Do you think they're going to get the candy? No. Pack up the groceries, load up the car, unload, unpack, fold up the sacks. Uh-oh, where's Platypus? Look left, look right, nowhere in sight. Back at the market, search high and low, over, under, where did he go? What does the girl discover after she helps put away the groceries? She realizes that Platypus is missing again. Where do you think he is? I agree. I think he's at the grocery store. I think I see something up on a shelf. How did he get there all by himself? I'm sorry, Platypus. I'll never, ever, ever lose you again. Platypus lost, platypus found. This story goes around and around. What does the girl see on the shelf? Platypus. What does she say to him when she finds him up on the shelf? She says, I'm sorry, Platypus. I'll never, ever, ever lose you again. Off to the lake, go for a swim. A snorkel for me, a snorkel for him. Into the water, out of the water. Wet, dry, sink, float. Hey, there's my buddy who lives down the street. Look at these flippers here on my feet. Splashing attack! At the lake, does Platypus sink or float? He floats. In the lake, what does he do? He floats on top. He goes for a swim. He's wearing a snorkel. What are both the girl and Platypus wearing? They're both wearing masks and snorkels. What is the girl wearing but Platypus is not? The girl's wearing a swimsuit and an inner tube and flippers, but Platypus is not. Afternoon snack, a cookie for you, a cookie for me, a cookie for... Uh-oh, where's Platypus? Look left, look right, nowhere in sight. Back in the lake, search high and low, over, under, where did he go? How does the girl find out that Platypus is missing again? She tries to give him a cookie and he's not there. What do you think happened to Platypus? I think he got really wet and heavy and he sunk instead of floating on top of the water. Here comes a fisherman. Everyone look. I think I see something caught on his hook. I'm sorry, Platypus. I'll never, ever, ever, ever lose you again. Platypus lost, platypus found. This story goes around and around. What does Platypus look like when he's pulled from the lake? He looks kind of wet to me and dripping and soggy. Off on a trip, ride in the car, window up, window down, in, out, Platypus flies. Where's the girl now? She's in a car with Grandma. What is the girl doing with Platypus? She's helping him to fly. Where are Grandma, the girl, and Platypus going, do you think? I think they're going on a trip. Off on a trip, it says. Car hits a bump. Thump. Uh-oh. Where's Platypus? Look left, look right. Nowhere in sight. Back down the road. Search high and low. Over, under. Where did he go? What does the car hit? It hits a bump. And what do you think happens to Platypus as he was flying when they hit that bump? He went flying out and got lost. What sound does the car make when it hits a bump, do you think? Maybe you'll hear a thump when it hits the bump. Here in a bush, there on a rock, up in a tree, where can he be? It's getting dark. We have to go. I know. I'll make a sign that people can see. Someone will find him and bring him to me. Missing Platypus, please return to Grandma's house, 112 Oak Street. What does the girl make to help her find Platypus? She makes a sign to leave where she is. What does she put on the sign to show who Platypus is? She draws a picture of Platypus, including his plaid. How cool is that? Why does the girl have to stop looking for Platypus when it gets dark? Because when it gets dark, she's not going to be able to see, so she'll have to pause and take a break. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4. How many days does the girl wait for Platypus? So far, it's 4 days since he's been returned. Do you think the girl will find Platypus in time? The girl hears a knock. Finally, a knock at the door. Look left, look right. No one in sight. I think I see something there in a sack. What can it be? My best friend is back. The girl hears the knock. She opens the door and finds a sack. What is in the sack? Platypus. Someone finds Platypus and returns him to the girl. What would you do if you found something that someone lost? I think I would try to help find them and give it back to them. I'm sorry, Platypus. I'll never, ever, 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 ever lose you again. Platypus lost, Platypus found. This story goes around and around. But Grandma, he's hurt. Look at his tear. One eye is missing, an arm isn't there. Can you fix him, please? Snippity snip, stitchity stitch, striped patches, polka dots too. Surprise! What is Grandma doing to Platypus? I think she's fixing him. What does the girl promise that she will never do? Never, ever, ever lose him again. Let's read our last page together. That old Platypus is now my one-eyed, one-armed Platta, polka, stripopus. And I promise I'll never, ever, 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 ever lose you again. Grandma fixes Platypus by sewing patches on him. What kinds of patches does she use? I see striped patches and I see polka dot patches. And now he is a Platta, polka, stripopus because he's no longer just plaid. He's plaid and polka dots and stripes as well.